Let's begin with Melrose, who travelled to Dublin to face the might of Leinster's second-string team on their home patch at Donnybrook. It was never going to be easy, and so it proved, as Leinster ran out winners by 42 points to 20. Leading 32-6 at the break, the Irish side had scored their try bonus and were looking very comfortable. Scott White's 2 penalties, all Melrose had to show for their efforts. Like last week, though, when they came back to beat Bedford, the Rose won the second period 14-10, with 2 tries from Fraser Thompson and Alan Dodds, both converted by White. But with a team of homegrown amateurs, with the exception of Scott White, it was a good effort against the might of the Leinster pros. Moving closer to home, we had 3 border derbies in the RBS Regional Cup, 2 of which doubled as Booker Border League games. At Riverside Park, Selkirk scored 5 tries to Jed Forrest's 3 to take the game 35-24. Fraser Harkness and Darren Clapperton scored a double each, with Niall Godsmark crossing for the 5th try. Mike McVie kicked all 5 conversions. While for Jed there were tries by Ewan Scott, Lewis Young and also Andy McLean. After-match reaction then from Selkirk coach Ewan Robbie.
A lot of confidence today. We're working towards the break after Christmas, and our aims to top Premier C or whatever it is. We've got to move these boys at the next level. I think I said it last week before the Hoyt match, and that's what we're aiming to do. When we've got those boys coming in, it's competition for places, and if they play well, they'll keep their place.
Jed Forrest's Darren Cunningham.
A bit disappointed in the sort of middle section, and going on to the end of the first half was a bit disappointing, and but we've got to learn from this.
Also playing for RBS Cup and Border League points were Gala and Peebles at Netherdale. Gala scored their biggest win of the season, striding out of sight at 41-3, chalking up 7 tries in the process, including a hat-trick for Gavin Young and 1 each for Russell Anderson, Craig Robertson, George Graham and Lee Miller. So, was head coach George Graham pleased?
Yeah, of course I'm 41 points against Peebles is since I've been at the club, was the biggest margin that we've won. But with the performance, once again, patches. I felt we were 60 points better than them today, to be honest with you, and disappointed we never achieved that.
There was another thrilling encounter at Poynter Park with Kelso hosting Hawick, who welcomed their new coach Phil Leck during the week. There's nothing quite like a border derby to start your new career with, and Kelso were determined to spoil the party. And they did. They scored 4 tries for a bonus win by 31-25. Greg Minto, Stuart Lowry and 2 players who are no strangers to playing in Hawick, David Lowry and Lewis Mullen, crossed for Kelso's tries, all converted by Mark Chester, who also kicked a penalty. For Hawick, Keith Davis scored 2 tries at both ends of the match, with Michael Robertson also getting on the score sheet with a try, Neil Rennick kicking the Greens' other points. We hear first of all from Kelso's head coach Eugene Murnane.
I thought the first half, we weren't too pleased with our performance, to be honest, leading up to half-time. But at half-time, we had a little chat about it, and I thought the second half we come out a little bit more, we put our foot on the pedal a little bit, and I thought we improved the second half. And I suppose for long periods of the game, we controlled the second half.
And the new man in charge at Hawick, Phil Leck.
Yeah, it was a good game. I thought Kelso played some very positive rugby. They also played some very safe rugby and came out of it on top. We were very naive in bits. We also played some very good stuff in the first half. We've just got to finish chances. And the other thing is we've got to stop shipping points. Our defensive system is fairly naive. I've sort of had a look at it. I've broken it down, and it's reasonably old-fashioned, and it's not based on how people are playing against us. So the focus this week will be on the defence, and hopefully it won't be quite as easy to break down in certain areas of the park next time we take the park.
So Gala have played 2 and won 2 in the Cup so far. We'll be looking to extend that to 3 away at Selkirk next Saturday. Also in the Cup and doubling as a Border League fixture is Melrose v Kelso, and at Netherdale the Border Regional Bowl final will take place. That's between Gala YM and Hawick Harlequins. For all the latest news, stats, results, videos and audio, you can go to bordersrugby.net and also catch up on the latest tables in the RBS Cup and also in the Booker Border League. Well, finally, the other local results. National League, Hawick YM 20, Langham 3. East League Division 1, Duns 20, Berwick 16, Trinity Accies 43, Hoyt Lindeen 19. Division 2, Dunbar 33, Earlston 14, Gala YM 31, Pennycook 15, Hawick Harlequins 32, Dalkeith 0. And finally in Division 3, Liberton 14, Walkerburn 29 and St Boswell's 14, Inverleith 16.